If you want a car that's small, yet very grown up, then the new Kia Picanto has to be on your shortlist. It's a good looking thing, both outside and in, has a 7-year warranty, and considering the dinky dimensions, decent practicality. Before we go any further, let's just agree that everything is relative. Is that all right? Good, because the boot, well, it's not exactly very big. It's decent enough for this class of vehicle. In fact, it's larger than most of its rivals and 33% bigger than on the old Picanto. And as you can see, got room for 3 soft bags in there. But if you need to carry larger items, you can fold down the rear seats. They handily split 40-60, and as you notice, they do lie completely flat. Another good thing about the Picanto is that it's got large rear doors, and that makes life easier for you when you're having to faff about in the back. I don't know, do something like refitting the rear seats, or of course it'd be easier to install a car seat as well for a child. As for space for passengers, well, as you can see, knee room isn't bad really, neither is headroom, and I'm 5'10.5". This little kit is also surprisingly spacious here in the front, and it's also very practical too, as I'll illustrate now with some rather unscientific tests. So let's kick off with the large bottle in the side door bin. Check. How about random boots in the glove box? Check. Place to store your mobile phone? Check. And somewhere to put your cakes? Check. Well, you're probably wondering, Matthew, where the heck do I keep my can of energy drink? Well, don't worry, because look at this. Clever, that. As you'd expect from a city car, the Picanto has good visibility, nice light controls, and a turning circle that lets you orbit mini roundabouts for fun. Look at that. What you don't expect though is for the Picanto to glide over bumps in the road and smooth out potholes like it's a much bigger car, but it does exactly that because the suspension is just so comfy. However, not everything is perfect, and this Kia does have some problems. For instance, the clutch is so jerky and the brakes are so grabby that, well, they may as well have just dispensed with the pedal and given you an on-off switch. Other problems are exposed on the open road, because while the 1-litre engine in this car may be clean enough to be exempt from road tax and more than adequate in town, at high speeds it feels really weedy, and if you dare to try to overtake someone, you find yourself going like that to try and G it up, and that makes you look a bit stupid. Speaking of which, the steering wheel looks like a clown. There's the nose, there's the eyes, and there's the big stupid grin. I wish it would stop looking at me because it's starting to freak me out. As for the handling, well, there's quite a bit of body roll. Whoa! Through the corners, and the steering is pretty vague, and overall the Picanto doesn't feel as fun or as darty as a Hyundai i10, which is a bit weird considering it's effectively the same car underneath the skin. It's also slightly more expensive than its Korean cousin, which is odd because in the past it's always been the other way round. But if you want the most comfortable and grown-up city car, then the Picanto can't be beaten.